Well, look, when it comes to the Northern Ireland Protocol, the government's still not triggering Article 16. I've highlighted the absurdity of the lack of action that's been taken for such a long time now. Indeed, if you go back to the 5th of November last year, the 5th of November 2021, Lord Frost, then as Brexit Minister, said this.
We hope to make some progress, but honestly the gap between us is still quite significant. But let's see where we can get to.
Will you trigger Article 16 today, Lord Frost?
We're not going to trigger Article 16 today, but Article 16 is very much on the table and has been since July.
Is that likelihood increasing, do you think? Is it becoming a closer prospect?
Well, time is running out on these talks. If we're to make progress, we need to make progress soon, and our preference is to make progress and see if we can reach an agreement.
So there you go. Talk of time running out in terms of these UK-EU negotiations on the protocol over a year ago. And yet here we find ourselves with the situation having not really changed. The Northern Ireland Protocol Bill has been introduced to make sensible changes, but that of course now is in the Lords, where of course some are hoping to rip it apart. Ben Habib, writing for Heathen News today, is very pessimistic about what's happening here. He's saying that the pointless EU negotiations are destroying the UK. These negotiations cannot achieve anything because the EU's Maros Sefcovic has a mandate only to tinker at the edges of the protocol. He recently said that with political will, the differences on the protocol could be addressed, but he means the opposite. He hopes for the customary absence of political will at Westminster and a British capitulation. And Ben reckons Sefcovic is going to get exactly what he wants. Now, the EU's Maros Sefcovic has actually been talking about an agreement being possible within weeks with him, what he describes as political will. Sefcovic talking, as I said, about a deal being done within a couple of weeks, but giving no sign whatsoever that Brussels is willing to bend on the issue of ending the jurisdiction of the European Court of Justice. And Sefcovic warning Sunak to drop threats to use the protocol bill. Quoted as saying, "This is surely the moment to abandon recourse to unilateral action such as the Northern Ireland Protocol Bill." I've been saying it for a long time. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that things have dragged on this long without Article 16 finally being triggered. And unilateral action is required, of course, because the EU have said all the way through there is no meaningful renegotiation of the protocol whatsoever. So when are the British government actually going to push on and deliver on this? Just crazy to me to think that Lord Frost said time was running out more than a year ago now. Let me know what you would like to see the British government do next, guys. Would you like to see Article 16 finally being triggered, as many are still calling for? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.